Stay savage, you boys. You know, Ben Trail was popping. Today we are back, and guess what? We got some more Naruto content. I mean, obviously it's not Naruto, but it is Naruto because it's Boruto Naruto Next Generations. It's still a part of the Naruto franchise, but we're gonna talk about Boruto Uzumaki-kun. I know a lot of you guys have been wondering, why haven't I covered a lot of these topics? Why haven't I talked about a lot of these crucial situations that have been taking place in Boruto? I completely understand. I know you guys are probably like, hey, Shino, what happened with you in that? You know what I'm saying? Did you really just stop liking Boruto? Nah, it wasn't that. Life got kind of complicated. Long story short, your boy had to get his life together. You know what I'm saying? I moved out, you know, got a beautiful girlfriend. It's been about 3 years I haven't lived at home. You know what I'm saying? So I can't complain. That was probably one of the last times you guys seen me consistently when I was back at home. You know what I'm saying? So I really been just grinding for all the things I wanted and just working really, really hard to get the things that I want. But aside from that, today we have 5 real reasons why Boruto Uzumaki had to die. Now, I know you guys are wondering, what the hell you mean Boruto had to die? Now, obviously, this is going to have some opinions in this. This is my personal thoughts and personal opinions. I know a lot of you guys are going to have your own personal thoughts and personal opinions. If you guys would like to implement those or add those in the comment section, it is greatly appreciated. You know, you're always welcome to share your insights or share your opinions about different things on this channel. You know, this is an anime primarily channel, so like everything all together has really just been like our personal thoughts and personal opinions, unless I'm making a fag video. You know what I'm saying? So like with that being said, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for almost daily content. We're gonna say weekly. And with that being said, finally, let's get into today's video. Let's get it. All right, so the first reason for me that Boruto had to die, right? That shit was primarily plot. Like that shit was primarily plot armor. Like it just had to. Like, and it's a setup thing, you know what I'm saying? They're literally setting up Boruto to go a lot of different routes. And what I like about this, and what I like how that they're doing it, is like we can't predict it, you know what I'm saying? We've always been the channel that's gonna do a theory. We've always been the group of community that will be like, hey, what about this theory? What about this prediction? You know, we've always figured shit out when it came to Naruto, you know what I'm saying? We know who Obito was. We knew that Zetsu was really the bad guy. Like, we all talked about that way before that shit was shown in the manga, way before like shit went down in the anime. And like, honestly, they've been trying to keep everything so shrouded in mystery and keep everything so out of left, you know what I'm saying, that they had to kill Boruto, because that's out of left. Like, it was just like, what? Because when you heard Boruto and Kawaki like talk to each other, you know, when they was basically explaining their plan, quote unquote, we thought like, you know, they had worked on a secret technique, or like they worked on some type of karma renaissance, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, what the hell? He just straight stabbed him through the heart. So like the first real reason why Boruto had to die was to completely catch the viewer off guard. That's the #1 reason, because nobody knows what is going to take place next. That is like the major reason right there. And I would add another reasoning to it, but I'm gonna just add it with this one reasoning. Like, essentially what took place is we are going to constantly guess and constantly try to figure out what's going to happen next. So what they did when they killed the viewer, they kept Boruto viewers guessing. They kept us in the dark. They kept us not knowing, and they just kept us guessing. Like, we were just all just like looking around like confused as hell, not knowing what's going on, really just trying to figure out what took place. Because straight up, Kawaki just straight stabbed that man through the heart. Like, I was like, what the hell? Like, don't get me wrong, you know, we seen Code and him going toe to toe and shit. We seen Momoshiki popping out, you know what I'm saying? But like, I just didn't anticipate this nigga to get Chidori through the heart by Kawaki. You know what I'm saying? Obviously it wasn't Chidori, but like, basically, like, you know, this was like a Rin and fucking Kakashi moment. Like, dead ass. If Kakashi saw this, he probably had withdrawals and flashbacks, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so #2, this one's kind of mixed up with a little bit of a theory, but I'm gonna say this one can go all over the place, right? So like #2, right? We have 2 possible scenarios, and that's why I go back to #1, and I said I could have listed #1 as 2 different individual reasons, but I wanted to combine it as one because I knew later on it would affect the video. You know what I'm saying? So now that Boruto has died, right? He could no longer be deemed as a threat to all the other possible villages, meaning he's dead. He's literally the Yuji of Boruto. Like, if you guys are not familiar with Jujutsu Kaisen, the main character essentially quote unquote died but didn't die, and the rest of the world thought he was dead. Long story short, he was deemed as a threat to his society. So when he died, it was best to keep him in the dark. Now, if you guys don't know, in Boruto, they have deemed Boruto as a threat to society because Momoshiki can take over him at any moment. And the reason why they are all so like completely terrified of this is because he took Sasuke's Rinnegan. The fact that Boruto was able to take Sasuke's Rinnegan with Momoshiki inside of his body shows that Momoshiki is a fucking crazy ass monster when he takes over his vessel host. You know what I'm saying? So that put everybody on edge. That made everybody 10 times more afraid of Boruto than what they are. It's really one of those things where we could have seen Sasuke take him away and train him. He could have popped back up in the series a lot stronger later on when a threat opposes the village. And he could be a lot more like Sasuke that he originally wanted to be like. Because at this point, he would literally be protecting the Hidden Leaf Village from the shadows. He'd be doing everything from the darkness the same way that Sasuke does. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be a lot closer to Sasuke than what he originally intended to be. You know what I'm saying? He'll be a lot closer in terms of his ability and the structure and what happened to him. Because if you guys remember, at one point, Sasuke was deemed as a threat to all the villages as well. Number 3. Now this might seem of a bit of an opinion, just like the last one. But like I said, everything kind of is an opinion because these are my reasonings. These aren't your reasonings. These are my reasonings, my real reasons. This is why I feel like this took place. But like, in my personal thoughts and personal opinion, I feel as though Kawaki started getting put on the back burner. You know what I'm saying? So by them giving him a karma and then letting him be the guy that killed Boruto, they kind of put him back in the limelight because now you're going to have Naruto looking at him in a different lighting. Naruto is no longer going to look at Kawaki as this kid who needs to be saved because Kawaki is now taking matters into his own hands as well as making decisions for himself that he thinks is for the greater good. And what I mean by the greater good, he thinks that Boruto is deemed as a threat to society or a threat to the Hokage. So by eliminating that threat, he thinks he's protecting the Hokage. And by him doing that, the Hokage is going to deem him a threat and basically say, hey, you're putting my son's life in danger because this is my actual son. Don't get it twisted. I took you in, but this is my flesh and blood. And by you putting his life at risk, now I got to pay close attention to you a lot more in detail than I did before because at first you seem a lot more harmless than what you are, but now you're starting to take matters into your own hands. You know what I'm saying? So it also created like a space for Kawaki and Naruto to have a conflict, you know what I'm saying? Because if you guys look at everything in all events and the way they were stringing out, like Kawaki and Naruto relationship was almost better than Boruto and Naruto's relationship. I understand parent and child, you know, they're not always gonna be as close as like your friends coming over. You know how your mama be all super nice to your friends and shit, be like, oh hey baby, we got ice cream in there, but as soon as they leave, she be like, didn't I tell you don't bring that motherfucker to my house? I told you you can't have no motherfucking company over. That's what's gonna take place. Like, you know, that's what was taking place already with Naruto and Boruto. You know what I'm saying? Naruto was too busy for Boruto. You know, it wasn't like he was fussing at him, but it was just like, I'm busy, son. But whenever they got guests, Naruto tried to make time. You know what I'm saying? So he tried to make time for Kawaki. You know what I'm saying? But not realizing this is really his son, Kawaki fell into that parent trap, you know what I'm saying, that father-son trap with Naruto, and he's starting to look at Naruto as his real father because Naruto definitely told the man he was his son. And then with Kawaki being an orphan and never truly experiencing love, he might feel like there's not enough to go around. Now we all know that love is infinite and it can carry on through the vast quantities of space, and we've seen the power of friendship and talk no jutsu many of times. But you got to think about it. For a person like Kawaki, he's never been loved. So now he's going to feel like that love that he was originally given from the 7 Hokage is now being taken away and given to Boruto, which is going to cause a conflict. Now, I'm going to just say this is going to be 1 and 2 because, like, I'm not about to break this shit up no more. This was different. This was definitely different. But this is 1 and 2 because, first of all, Toneri revival, right? So, like, Toneri's been gone forever. So I'm gonna just say that's 2, right? Toneri has to come back at some place or another. And as you know, early on in the series, if you've been watching anime and, you know, just keeping up with things in anime, you know that Toneri came to Boruto a bunch of times in his dreams. We seen him come to Boruto many of times in his dreams. So by Boruto being close to the center of death, meaning he's on the cusp of dying, he might be so close to the borderline that Toneri minds finds him in the 1,000-year Dragon Palace that he might actually get a chance to have a conversation with Boruto and just, you know, help Boruto find something inside himself. Now, Obviously, I'm gonna just use Toneri as the number 2 reasoning for Boruto dying, because we don't know what happened to Toneri, right? And I'm gonna say behind that, we don't really know what's going on with Boruto per se. Now, if you have been keeping up with anime, you know about the Jogan, right? Everybody knows about the Jogan, except for people that read the manga. So like those people that's his manga exclusive people, they think it's the Byakugan. You know what I'm saying? They have no idea that Boruto has this sleeping dojutsu that resides inside of him. And the only person that we've seen interact with Boruto behind that dojutsu would be Toneri. And the only other person that actually, you know, confronted Toneri about the dojutsu that Boruto possesses would be Urashiki, right? So in order for Boruto to completely become himself, or for Boruto to come back, he's going to have to run into Toneri, which is the second reasoning for Boruto dying. The point where Toneri has to be seen, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, you know, once he see Toneri, the Jogan is going to activate. And that's going to be the final reasoning for Boruto dying, because that's the only other possibility. You know what I'm saying? Because the show's named Boruto. And as you guys saw at the beginning of the series, we saw Kawaki and Boruto fighting on the Shadow Hokage's faces, which I mentioned early on in the video. You know, they can't be gone, and Boruto can't be completely dead if that was to take place. You know what I'm saying? So that would completely just scrap that idea that they wrote in a long time ago. So obviously it's not going that route, but we don't know per se. But these were my 5 real reasons why I think Boruto had to die in this chapter. We're probably going to figure out what's going to take place next, obviously on the 20th, but I think it's going to be Boruto just having an inner moment. Like, he's going to go into his inner realm, and he's going to basically run into Toneri. You know, Kawaki's going to get his limelight, his shine on the outside world, and he's going to start to have his confrontation with Naruto, as well as the following confrontation with Shikamaru, Code, and the rest of the people. But the main bubble will be Kawaki and Naruto's dispute, while Boruto has an inner dispute with Momoshiki as well as Toneri. And I think that's where everything that we need to know is going to start to unfold. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for daily content. With that being said, finally, my name is Shino Bentrell. If you have your own personal thoughts and personal opinions, or you have your own 5 real reasons why Boruto died, leave those in the comment section below. And with that being said, finally, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. And until next time, see you guys later. Bye!